Hi, I'm Irving. You have just entered Cartertopia. We're at a wedding. Steve is the best man. We don't know the guy who's getting married. Who's the bride? Diana is the bride? Did we skip an episode? Who is this guy? Where'd he come from? Whoever he is, somebody doesn't like one of the happy couple. That looks like a tracking device of some kind, although in this show it could be a miniature atomic bomb.
Done?
Yeah, the homing device will start to transmit just as soon as they start the car.
And we shall be there, right behind them.
For what purpose? I guess we'll find out when it happens.
Do you, Christian Harrison, take this woman to be your lawfully wedded wife? In sickness and in health, for richer or poorer, as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Diana has that huge collar because the two of them got a little too frisky the evening before. Neither of them looks very happy about this. That kiss was about as awkward as I've ever seen, and her expression says, let's get this over with. What is this really? Afterward, they're driving along a road somewhere, and those other guys are following as predicted. We know he's pretty well off. He drives a Mercedes convertible. But you can tell he's a regular down-to-earth guy. His license plate says, yep. No, I'm not going to comment on the gas price. The mystery guys pull into the same station. While one of them distracts the attendant, the other one does something. We don't know what yet because we cut to the happy couple.
I think I'll have a cheeseburger.
Oh, they're very good. Thank you.
I've changed my mind.
From I do to I don't.
Oh, no, from a cheeseburger to a chocolate soda.
Ah, well, cheeseburgers can stand rejection better than I.
Why was that the first place his mind went when she said that? Is he that insecure about this? He's looking for condoms so he can keep him from using one. He wants to be sure they have a successful wedding night.
Chris, I'd like to freshen up a little bit.
Don't be too long. We want to get to the hacienda before dark.
Right.
Diana doesn't want to get knocked up right now, thank you. She's going to rush out to save those condoms.
Shopping for a honeymoon negligee.
She starts throwing him around while trying to find out what he's after. Why she doesn't just put the lasso on him, I don't know. Chris sees what's happening and comes running in to help. Unfortunately, he's not very good at it. There's a car up on the hoist. He starts it coming down right toward Chris's head. Wonder Woman has to let the other guy go and come to rescue Chris. While she's doing that, the bad guys make their escape. Whoa, at least make sure he's in the car first.
Thank you, Wonder Woman.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Wonder Woman?
Don't you have a bride somewhere?
Yes, but...
Well, yeah, but she's just regular old Diana. You're Wonder Woman.
Shouldn't you be looking after her?
Yes, certainly.
This is no way to spend your honeymoon.
All right, who's gonna pay for all of this? I got a boss that's gonna be pretty darn mad when he gets back.
My guess is the IADC will cover it.
And I have a credit card here.
How am I supposed to write this up?
Oh, you've got me, pal. If you just,
Yeah, if you'll just look at this empty spot here where there used to be a... Never mind.
Diana.
Chris, what happened to you?
Oh, listen, you're not going to believe this.
Try me.
Let me put it to you this way. I have seen Wonder Woman.
Are you gonna be all right?
Tell you the truth, I'm not really sure.
I shortened that a lot because he spent a good half a minute hemming and hawing around about bathing suits that look like American flags and all that, and he never got around to telling her that someone was searching their luggage. So she supposedly still has no idea how he got so banged up. Elsewhere, the two goons are reporting to their boss.
Don't you read the papers? Read the papers. The girl he described is Wonder Woman.
Hello again, Henry Darrow, or Monolito if you prefer.
Do you understand? She frequently helps the IADC, and Christian Harrison has just married one of that agency's top operatives. Now, what I'm going to do is use that love play as an intelligence ploy.
That's all he says. I have no idea what it means. Chris and Diana get to their destination and check into the honeymoon suite.
I wonder if all brides feel as uncomfortable as I do when all of a sudden they find themselves alone with this very strange person that they have just married.
Well, that's why I took the last three to an amusement park.
Right.
When I got embarrassed, I could always go on the merry-go-round.
Pretty much everybody over the age of 13 knows what's supposed to happen next, but as nervous as these two are, they may end up sleeping in separate rooms.
Someone's at the door. Saved by the knock.
It's some friend of Chris's. He asks about the marriage, and Diana says, "Before we explain, let me go turn up the radio."
We're not really married. This is Diana Prince of the IADC.
And this is all part of a plan.
And you set all this up because of what I told Joe Atkinson.
What did he tell Joe?
Of course, I made several phone calls. The first one was after I opened negotiations for a South American trade agreement.
Coffee time.
That's right. The lobbyists appeared to know more about what our posture was going to be than I did.
Every time he goes to negotiate a big trade agreement, something leaks and the other side walks away. They've been losing their minds trying to track down how information was leaking out.
I'm sorry, Sam. We really had no idea this would trace back to your wife.
Dolly was simply one of many important wives who had were currently leaking vital trade information.
Somebody at this spa is doing something to their female guests to get them to bleed vital trade information. Since the targets are high-level wives, they got married and came here in hopes that the perpetrators will try to do the same to Diana. Then they can catch them and put an end to this operation.
Who is he? Who's behind this?
It's David Allen, sir. All of our leads end up right here at the hacienda.
The weird part is we still don't know who he is or who Chris is, what their positions are in the government, or anything else. We're still flying blind as far as it concerns these two. Dolly is here with him, but it seems like she takes massages all day long. He almost never gets to see her. Speaking of whom...
Relax, Dolly.
He's using some kind of pressure points to put her to sleep and then probably manipulate her mind. Down by the pool, Chris is talking wistfully about how he never thought about getting married until he met Diana. She has that effect on a lot of men.
Well, let's not get carried away, Chris. They know that you have the president's ear, and chances are they know how I make a living, too. This is not what they call a shoe-in.
So how do we cross the wire?
I don't know about you, but I'm going to start with a swim.
Now we know he's pretty high up in the White House. David Allen has been extracting secrets from the wives of major officials and then selling them to the highest bidder, so Diana should be a prime target. Meanwhile, Allen has brought some kind of tape recording machine in by Dolly.
Now, Dolly, darling, I want you to tell me everything about that party you gave for those pipeline people.
Another cocktail, Mr. Secretary?
Oh, no, thank you, Dolly, darling. I have to keep a clear head for this evening.
She'll basically recite the entire evening into the tape recorder. He has her fast forward to after dinner.
We need much more money to finish the pipeline. Of course, if the unions find out the hole we're in, the costs are going to be astronomical.
There's a secret he can sell. He wraps things up and finishes her treatment. Diana and Chris are headed down to see the tennis pro. Diana is already in a tennis outfit. Chris is in street clothes.
Okay.
All right with you, Mr. Harris? Oh, why not? Got to go take a nap, maybe a round of golf or something.
Okay.
Bye, darling.
He didn't swim with her. He won't play tennis with her. Is there anything he does do? So far, he's boring. We get an extended scene of Diana taking a tennis lesson during which nothing happens except watching her hit the ball again and again and again. At the end, the pros suggest she take a steam treatment so her muscles don't get too sore.
Hello, this is David. Yes. Would you please see that Mrs. Harrison gets the Hacienda Special Steam?
I wonder what's so special about it. Get out of there. Why are you just sitting there? Get out of there! Two guys in gas masks come in and take her somewhere else on a gurney. Out on the grounds, David is walking with Dolly Tucker. He's smearing butter all over her, telling her that she's the major trendsetter in Washington, and if it weren't for her being one of the first people to come here, he would have folded up a long time ago.
Every wife of every important Washington official here is a doll. We walk, we talk, we entertain, we serve, we listen. Mostly we listen. But when we talk, it is to the wonderfully receptive David Allen.
Then she drops a big bomb right on his head.
Dolly, darling.
Won't you, Dolly, darling me? You have been making human tape recorders of every important wife here. Every single one who's had one of your massages. If I hadn't fallen from a horse last week, I would never have known it.
She's not done with him either.
Early last week, about the time I gave you the information about the coffee cartel.
Dolly,
However,
please.
don't interrupt.
Listen,
It's very rude.
I wish a lot of people would learn that. If you have to interrupt somebody, your side of the discussion probably sucks.
After my accident, I went to a chiropractor. He realigned the nerves in my spine. After that, when you touched my button, it had no effect. So the information I gave you this afternoon is as phony as David Allen.
Where's she going with this?
All right, Dolly. What do you want?
I want my husband back. I am tired of the merry-go-round. I'm willing to take a chance on Sam being discredited in the government. I want him to resign.
How is he supposed to make that happen?
You know something, Dolly? You are a very foolish lady.
Why?
Yes. Why didn't you simply feed me anything you wanted? I had no idea at all that you were no longer under my spell, as it were.
Because I want you to cease and desist forever.
As if he'll do that willingly. Just then his pager goes off. His men are reporting that Diana is about to wake up.
Have you, told this to anyone?
No, David. This is just between you and me.
Oh, wow. You are one gracious lady.
And probably soon she'll be one gracious dead lady. What kind of accident is she going to have?
Yeah, this is David Allen. Listen, Mrs. Tucker should be arriving there any minute for her usual morning ride. I want you to make sure that she mounts Satan.
Since a horse accident blew the whole thing, it's appropriate for a horse accident to silence her, I guess.
Satan, you'd be a good boy. Lovely Mrs. Tucker is going to give you some exercise. Just let me fix your saddle.
What does that thing do? We don't have to wonder for long because he's going to test it. It causes some kind of intense reaction that makes the horse lose it. This guy is into killing people, so hurting an animal likely means nothing to him. When this is over, we can hope he's out of circulation along with David Allen.
As a matter of fact, your husband isn't aware of this incident. You know, he's actually playing golf with Mr. Tucker at this very moment.
Apparently he does play golf, except he said he was going to take a nap. But Diana's still feeling the effects of the drug, so she can't put that together.
So why don't you just lie back?
Sorry, I'm just so sleepy.
It's okay.
I can't seem to keep my eyes open.
There you go. Just take it easy.
Out on the grounds, Mrs. Tucker is heading off on Satan. Oh, excuse me. The Wrangler told her his name is Angel. He left off the fallen part. As she departs, he gets on a horse and follows her.
What is your name? Your real name?
Diana Prince.
I really wish I could show you this whole thing without any breaks or cuts because, well, you'll see.
And of course, you're not married, are you?
Oh, but I am. Diana Prince is my maiden name. My married name is Mrs. Christian Harris.
I don't think his trick is working on her.
Mrs. Harrison? What is your job?
I'm an agent with the IATC.
Exactly what is your assignment?
My assignment?
Mm-hmm.
It's written in the marriage contract.
She's mainly married to the IADC, only secondarily to Chris Harrison.
What?
To love.
No. I mean, what are you doing here?
I'm on my honeymoon.
For no other purpose? Go ahead.
Here comes the big reveal.
I want to
Yes?
brush up on my tennis.
That was like holding a spoonful of ice cream out to him and then pulling it away just as he went to eat it. He's convinced, so he lets her wake up. As if she needed his permission.
Mrs. Tucker has caused me to take drastic plans against Mr. Tucker.
Why don't you just let us get out to the golf course?
That's good. But first, let me tell you about the arrangements I've made for Dolly Tucker's canter. I've had this horse trained to buck and rear upon signal, and will continue to do so unless otherwise signal. In other words, I guess what I'm talking about is that Dolly Tucker will attend her very own going-away party.
That thing doesn't cause pain, it's a training signal. Okay, you PETA warriors can stand down. Over where Chris and Sam are playing golf.
You should play through rather quickly when I press this.
Anybody ever clocked that golf cart?
Well, once it gets moving, we could enter it in a stock car race.
And that's the finish line over there.
Finish is the exact word.
Somewhere along the way, David Allen got a bulk price on remote controls. Time to jump out, guys. Under David Allen's watchful eye, Diana is setting up to sunbathe by the pool. At least that's what he's supposed to think. But now we have Dolly Tucker on the horse that's about to go bananas, and we have Chris and Sam in their own away golf cart. And there's only one of Wonder Woman. How is she going to do this? Jump out! For pity's sake, jump out! Jump out! Wonder Woman reported to Mr. Tucker that she could only save one of them, so she had to make a choice. Dolly's funeral was beautiful. David discovers Diana's ruse while Wonder Woman heads off cross-country to try and find Mrs. Tucker. Back to the resort where David Allen is taking drastic measures. Oh, there's an open gate. I was hoping she was going to jump over that fence.
Take it nice and easy.
Planning a trip, Mr. Allen?
He has a gun under that coat, and it's aimed at Chris's liver.
Just get out of my way, all right?
I thought you were on your honeymoon.
I've heard of the rocky road to love, but this is ridiculous.
I'd say you were a born bachelor.
Okay, I won't pretend I understand that exchange, but go Chris. Sam and Dolly have a long talk and he tenders his resignation. Their romance is rekindled and they head home to get reacquainted with their kids.
You know, we seldom take on married agents. Policy, you know.
Outside of that, how does Chris stack up for the IADC?
Diana?
Well, not bad, considering.
Considering what?
Well, considering that you left with me on a honeymoon and ended up with Wonder Woman. I'd say you're fickle.
We all have a good laugh, zoom in on Diana's smile as usual, and we're done. Henry Darrow blows the doors off every part he plays, of course, but I really enjoyed the story. It was a little convenient that the attacks on the Tuckers didn't happen at the same time, but it's a believable convenience. It wouldn't occur to them that it might be important to coordinate them because they didn't expect Wonder Woman to show up and throw a monkey wrench into the works. The thing about nerves in the back I'm not sure about, but I can buy it under the right circumstances. We have good complexity, smooth movement from one scene to another. Diana gets to flex her non-Wonder Woman agent muscles a little when David thinks she's under. I can't find a whole lot to complain about. This is what I'm talking about. Stories like this are what we're looking for. Same with last week. We're on a roll. Let's see if we can keep it up. I'm Irving, and you are now exiting Cartertopia.